Just how powerful could you be if you decided to figure it out? How intelligent could you be? How empathetic could you be? How much could you write? How much could you lift? How strong could you be if you just decided to figure it out? That is sort of what we'll be talking about today. Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort, and we're here for another poetry discussion, which will appear, of course, in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one being the poetry discussion playlist, now careening towards the 750 video mark, and number two being the Emily Dickinson playlist, a playlist of videos dedicated squarely to the greatest poet of all time. The poem in question today is known as "We Never Know How High We Are." And no, this is not a Lil Wayne album. This is a poem from Emily Dickinson. It reads as such: "We never know how high we are till we are called to rise. And then, if we are true to plan, our statures touch the skies. The heroism we recite would be a daily thing, did not ourselves the cubits warp, for fear to be a king." To me, what this really speaks to is how we sort of run a rut for ourselves in life, and it takes gargantuan effort to crawl your way out of the rut that perhaps you have built for yourself, you have dug for yourself, you have worn for yourself through the years of life. But there is still greatness inside of you, as hokey as I know that sounds. It is just something into which you have to tap. Now, as a personal story, something along these lines, not that I have achieved any type of greatness, but there was a story from a couple years ago. There is a story from a couple years ago of me feeling this way about not knowing what I was capable. So, I struggled for a little while to get consistent uploads on the channel. And I do some work outside of Strip Cover Lit as well. I do some different stuff on different places, and none of it's related, but I struggled there as well, just getting content up when content was something that I at least told myself that I enjoyed doing, that I at least humored myself to believe that I hoped to do full time one day. And summer is always an interesting time for me because I set very large, ambitious goals, stupid big goals, at least stupid as far as it would seem at the time. And I was walking with my friend one morning. We walk on Monday mornings, and I said, I've got some goals. I've got some things I want to do for the summer, because I always have sort of set the summer aside as its own time period. It is the only time of the year that I really enjoy. And I told her I want to upload 2 videos every day and walk 100 miles, walk/run 100 miles, mostly walk, 100 miles in the month. And I wanted to do that for June, just to kick off the summer. And she said, "Oh, I think that's a good idea. What's the worst that can happen, right? You upload more than normal, and you walk more than normal, and you fall short of a goal." And I said, no, that's not the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen is that I hit that goal and I realize how much time I've been wasting in my life. Well, I hit the goal, 2 videos every day in June, and hit 100 miles. Now, June this year, that was 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. This is being the 3rd June. I walked 200 miles and uploaded 100 videos because I realized that work capacity is inside me. I can do those things, but I think it is something to fear. It is something to be afraid of, because what it means is if you get addicted to that, there's no going back. If you like the person you are, there's no going back. If you're fine with your current set of friends and family and expectations and career, whatever, you figure these things out about yourself, there is no going back. And it reminds me of one of my favorite inspirational quotes. And it's one of my favorite inspirational quotes because it is very complex. It is something that is seemingly contradictory. It is a quote that is paradoxical on many levels. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about you shrinking so that other people will feel insecure around you, won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give it to unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. From Marianne Williamson in A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles. Now, it's not where I found this quote. I found this quote 13 years ago on random inspirational compilation videos on YouTube that I am still so pathetic that I have to rely on once in a while to get through the day with something in the tank in order to do the things that I have to do. But isn't that an interesting idea? That we are not most afraid of the fact that perhaps we are inadequate. We are afraid instead of how powerful we really are. We were afraid to shine because who are we to shine? But we are supposed to shine. It is our responsibility to shine. We should shine so bright that we can beam light for those around us to follow. I think it's easy to get run down by life, to get beat up by life, to get put in bad spots, to get worn out, run down, to lose from pillar to post. And at the end of it, or in the midst of it, we think to ourselves, there's nothing in me. I'm just trying to get through the day. I think a lot of people just try to get through the day. Surely, certainly, sometimes I do, just try to get through the day. Try to figure out how you're going to wake up tomorrow, do it all over again. But that is the wrong mindset. The mindset that we should take with us is, this wasn't so bad. Yeah, I could do this again. In fact, I can do more. And that's scary, isn't it? Because you are suddenly awake to the fact that perhaps you have wasted a good deal of your life. Perhaps you have thrown it away in some malaise where you thought you were being productive. You thought you were revving the engine. You thought you were really doing what it was that you had to do, but you weren't. And there was an emptiness inside of you because of that. And you misinterpreted that emptiness as weakness. That emptiness as unworthiness. But that was never what it was. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other literature lovers. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel. There is poetry every Monday, and as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.